So, you want to main Mercy.
Make that big boss less special. It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level. Second level.
Welcome back to another Overwatch character guide. This time around, we talk about how to main Mercy. The Swiss field medic is continuously viewed upon as the best healing-based character in the game, through several metas now, and despite having been nerfed into near oblivion, continues to be hugely viable. Generally speaking, Mercy is an easy character to play, but a hard character to master. And that's where our buddy TigratoPower comes in to give you all the lowdown and some awesome tips and tricks to start you on your way as a Mercy main. Please enjoy the video, and if you have any questions for Tigrato, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Now then, let's get started, shall we?
We are compassion.
As Mercy, your aim is to be the guardian angel of your team, and as such, your abilities are geared towards healing your teammates. Mercy's kit consists of her weapons, the Caduceus staff and Caduceus blaster, her abilities Regeneration, Guardian Angel, Resurrect, and Angelic Descent, and her ultimate ability, Valkyrie. Unlike the previous two installments of So You Wanna Main, Mercy's design is geared towards keeping your team healed up and healthy rather than doing damage. She's a character that might not get you glory or play of the game, but make no mistake, mastery of Mercy will make you a force to be reckoned with. The first of Mercy's weapons is more accurately described as a support tool, capable of either healing a teammate consistently over time or boosting their damage. In healing mode, a yellow beam will attach to whichever character within 15 meters is closest to Mercy's crosshairs. This character will be indicated by a diamond icon around the character in question. The beam will provide healing at a rate of 60 health per second to the target and will stay attached to the target as long as it remains within range and while the healing beam key is held, unless you have set the toggle beam setting on for Mercy. The damage boost beam operates in a similar manner, but instead projects a blue beam to the targeted character. This beam also provides a damage boost of 30% to the target, also boosting any healing and ult charge gain the target gets upon damaging an enemy. This boost is only calculated when the damage is received by the enemy. For example, if you are not boosting a Pharah when she fires a rocket, but you are boosting her when the rocket damages the enemy, the damage will be boosted. The boost beam for damaging effects of most abilities includes ultimate abilities, with the exception of Junkrat's Riptire and Torbjorn and Symmetra's turrets. Keep in mind that the damage boost is only calculated when it is received, so if you intend to boost a Hanzo Dragon Strike, you must maintain a damage beam connection on Hanzo for the duration of the Dragon Strike. As mentioned previously, once you attach a beam to an ally, it will remain attached as long as they stay within range, and you keep the beam activated. Whether you are using the Caduceus staff to heal or boost an ally, it is important to look around and keep your eyes on your team's health. Also, watch for flankers who may be trying to take you out. Mercy's gun, the Caduceus blaster, is about as simple as it can get. It's an automatic projectile blaster which is similar to D.Va's light pistol. The projectiles travel relatively slowly, so you may need to lead your shots to hit your mark, but repeated headshots will do decent damage to a target. As Mercy, you shouldn't need to use your Caduceus blaster most of the time, so the blaster is generally best used as an emergency self-defense weapon if you are a beginner player. More experienced Mercy may be able to assist teammates in taking down targets using the blaster, but supporting teammates with the Caduceus staff is generally more effective. Regeneration is the simplest of Mercy's abilities as it is passive, and therefore you need not worry about activating it. It is simply a health regeneration ability, which heals 20 health per second while Mercy is out of combat. Mercy's health regeneration will only trigger after 1 second of not being damaged. Any damage received during that 1 second delay will reset the counter. Guardian Angel is an ability that lets Mercy zip towards a targeted ally in a burst of movement. If you have no beam locked to an ally with your Caduceus staff, you will move towards whichever ally is closest to your crosshairs within a 30-meter range. The ally you will move towards is once again marked by a diamond icon around their character. If you have a beam attached to an ally, you will move towards that ally whether you are looking at them or not. Guardian Angel moves Mercy towards the position the target character was at the time of activation, so if your target moves towards you, you may overshoot them. To prevent yourself from flying into potential danger when this happens, you may end a Guardian Angel by pressing the button during its duration. Guardian Angel is an ability that gives Mercy great mobility, allowing her to move in to assist teammates in need of support, escape danger, or make her a harder target to hit in general. With a short cooldown of only 2 seconds, you shouldn't be afraid to use it as necessary. There is also a special technique that can be used to augment Guardian Angel, which in this video will be called slingshotting. This will be covered when we discuss Angelic Descent. Quite possibly the ability she's best known for, Resurrect allows Mercy to bring a fallen ally back into the fight. The mechanics of Resurrect are simple. When an enemy falls, a ball of yellow energy will be visible where they fell. This acts like a character model, and as such, Mercy can move towards the energy using Guardian Angel. This is important to keep in mind as Resurrect can only be cast 5 meters away from a fallen ally. Once you move into Res an ally, you can now cast Resurrect, but there are a few things to consider before doing so. Number 1. Once you begin to cast Resurrect, you cannot cancel it manually or use any other weapons or abilities. You will not be able to heal other allies while resing. Number 2. Resurrect has a rather long cast time, during which you are practically immobilized. During Resurrect, you are extremely vulnerable to enemy fire. Number 3. Your Resurrect can be cancelled by either being pushed out of range of the res target by the enemy, by Lucio, Pharah, Reinhardt, or Doomfist for example, or by you accidentally walking out of range. Despite the fact your movement speed is reduced to a crawl, it is still possible to do this. Number 4. If your Resurrect fails to complete, either by you being pushed out of range or being killed while resing, its cooldown will also be reset. Number 5. Once a character is down, they can be rezzed anytime until they respawn. Additionally, rezzing will stop their respawn counter, so if you res the instant before the respawn, they will still be rezzed where they fell instead of having to walk all the way back to the objective. Considering all of this, here are some tips on how to use Resurrect effectively. Number 1. Try to only use Resurrect if your team is not in need of healing, or if you have another healer on your team who is able to take care of them. Rezzing one ally only to lose another is for the most part bad. Number 2. If you have multiple allies down, try to resurrect the ally most likely to help you win a team fight. This may vary from situation to situation based on allies, ult charge, and role, etc. Generally, when faced between healing a shield tank or a DPS, the shield tank is the smarter choice to resurrect as they will be able to keep you alive and contesting an objective. If the DPS character has an ult available, that could even the odds or win the team fight. They may just be a smarter res. Number 3. If you're facing a big push, it's generally not a great idea to try and res somebody, at least as you are learning to play Mercy. You may end up either getting yourself killed or getting teammates killed by being unable to support them. Additionally, you may be able to res your ally before they respawn if your team disperses the enemy push. Patience is a virtue. Number 4. If your team has already won a team fight, say it is a 5 versus 3 situation, it may be best to hold on to your Resurrect. Chances are the other team will need to regroup, giving your ally time to make the trip back from spawn while conserving your res for a more crucial moment. Number 5. As you gain more experience, you will learn how to pull off riskier and riskier reses, either through good game sense, coordinating with your teammates, or both. You will learn and improve. Angelic Descent is an ability that's as simple as they come. It simply allows Mercy to slow down her falling speed if she's in the air. By default, it's set to be activated by holding down the secondary fire key or the jump key. The ability only remains active while the key is held. While this ability is simple, it does open up some interesting ways to play Mercy. The famous Far Mercy strategy, where a Mercy pockets a Pharah, boosting her and healing her as necessary, depends on the use of Mercy's Guardian Angel ability to help her up in the air and Angelic Descent to keep her up there. This strategy can be absolutely devastating if done properly, and can be quite hard to counter. Angelic Descent can also, in some cases, save Mercy if she's pushed off the map. If you use Angelic Descent to slow your fall, an ally may be able to get within range of a Guardian Angel. This could potentially win you a teamfight you otherwise would have lost if you had fallen to your death. Angelic Descent can also be used in combination with Guardian Angel in order to slingshot Mercy around the map. When using Guardian Angel, you may notice Mercy accelerates quickly for about the first half of its use, then decelerates as she approaches her target. If you activate Angelic Descent by pressing and holding the jump key at any time during a Guardian Angel, your momentum at that moment will be preserved. If used when Mercy is at the peak velocity of your Guardian Angel, you can move long distances in a short period of time. It's important to consider that both vertical and horizontal momentum is preserved, so slingshotting can also be used to push Mercy up into the air as well. At extremely close range with practice, you can reliably slingshot yourself straight up into the air. This technique can be used to help you cover a lot of ground with your healing, allowing your teammates to spread out or attack or defend an objective. It also makes Mercy a more difficult target to hit, and can even allow you to avoid enemy ults. For example, if a Genji uses Dragon Blade and you have a target to use Guardian Angel on, you can back away from Genji and then slingshot yourself towards safety while also wasting time on Genji's Dragon Blade. As with all things about Mercy, you will become better at slingshotting the more you practice, so feel free to practice this move in custom games with friends or on allies while waiting for a match to start. Valkyrie is Mercy's ultimate ability, and is a powerful tool that can change the course of a teamfight. Valkyrie lasts 15 seconds and does various things. Number 1. Mercy gains the ability to fly at an increased movement speed. Number 2. The Caduceus staff has increased range and will chain to any ally within 10 meters of the beam target. This allows you to chain heal or chain boost your team. Number 3. The Caduceus blaster gains unlimited ammo for the duration of Valkyrie. Projectile speed is also increased. Number 4. Guardian Angel benefits from increased range and movement speed. Number 5. Mercy's health regen, which normally only activates after a 1-second delay of not being damaged, has no delay. It still heals at a rate of 20 health per second. And number 6. Using Angelic Descent during Valkyrie propels Mercy upwards. How should Valkyrie be used? There are 2 main ways I suggest using Valkyrie. One is supporting your team during an offensive push, or while defending against a push. By activating Valkyrie while attacking an objective or defending one against an enemy push, you can heal multiple allies at once, keep them alive to win the team fight, or boost multiple allies at once to get a few quick picks. Activate your Valkyrie, take to the sky using Angelic Descent, stick your beam on a target, and keep yourself moving. While Mercy is difficult to kill while using Valkyrie, focused fire or one lucky headshot can still take you down, so try not to hover in place when using Valkyrie. And 2 is escaping certain death. Sometimes you may have to use Valkyrie in order to save your own life. Maybe you've been flanked and have been forcibly separated from your team. Without a Guardian Angel to help you escape, you may need to use Valkyrie to take to the sky in order to escape danger and regroup with your team. Only do this if you absolutely have no option, and if it helps you win a team fight. If you are being attacked and can escape using other means, use those means first and preserve your Valkyrie for a better time. One thing to keep in mind when using Valkyrie is that while it does buff your Caduceus blaster, you generally should not be using Valk for that reason. Focus on supporting your team with Valk. If your team is in good shape or gotten some good picks during your Valk, don't be afraid to use the rest of it to clean up any straggling enemies, particularly if they happen to be a healer. Now that we've covered Mercy's weapons and abilities, how should we combine this all together? Simply put, Mercy is all about positioning, awareness, game sense, and keen decision making. She is a character who is easy to pick up, but also extremely powerful the more experienced you become as her. When starting out as Mercy, try to stay back from your team, but still within range to heal, boost, or Guardian Angel too. As mentioned before, if no allies need healing, try to boost an ally's damage. While supporting your team, be sure to look around for flankers who may try to sneak up on you, and always make sure you have someone to Guardian Angel to in order to escape a flanking attack. As you gain more experience, you will learn how to position yourself against certain characters and strategies, and even pick up on behavior that suggests an enemy may be about to use their ultimate ability. As such, Mercy is one of the ideal characters for those who wish to shot call, as they are better able to observe the battlefield, track enemy movements, and identify weaknesses. One thing that is extremely important to remember as Mercy is that doing damage with your blaster is not important. When starting out, try only to pull out your blaster when absolutely necessary. If you're being flanked, it is generally more effective to escape to a teammate than try to win the fight yourself. When using Valkyrie, it is also generally better to focus on chain healing or chain boosting your allies rather than dealing out blaster damage. If your team gets some key picks during your Valk and has a good advantage in numbers, then pulling out your blaster and cleaning up the stragglers may be useful. Knowing when to pull out your blaster as Mercy is another thing that will come with experience. Lastly, when playing as Mercy, try not to be so hard on yourself. You have an important job when playing as her, but mistakes will happen. Learn from these mistakes instead of putting yourself down, and try not to take the entire weight of each match on your shoulders. Overwatch is a team game, and as such, no single player can do everything. Don't worry about dying. Don't worry about getting kills. Just worry about supporting your teammates as best you can, and success will come your way. Thank you so much for watching. We'll catch you next time.
A moment to enjoy some peace and quiet.
It ain't no game, but they saying welcome to the second level.